and I fuck with the fake, no. These niggas talk to the Jake Shaw. I be out tasting the cake, y'all. That bitch, she got what it takes, all. Man, I drink all of my lonely cuz. These niggas act like a homie, but my niggas never been phony, dog. So my family, it ain't only blood. That's real, that's real, that's real, that's real.
Okay. We back out there again on this YouTube shit, man. And we will be watching Rebounds. 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry.
If you want to be on camera, you want to be behind the camera, you want to do radio, podcast, whatever it is, this is...
There's some things Steph Curry doesn't tell anyone. Near-death car crashes.
What the fuck?
Weird pre-game rituals. And a disease that's making him go blind.
But until this week, no one knew that Steph Curry has been battling deteriorating eyesight.
Is that albino shit? What is he? He has a fucking disease?
These are 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry.
What?
And for number 20, there's no way you knew that. Before the NBA, Steph Curry was a YouTuber. Yeah, in 2007, while Steph was in college, him and his boys started a YouTube channel where they posted nothing but bangers.
There's Sunday brunch's golden rule, and last night's girl thinks you're a tool.
Oh, wow, that looks so tasty. I got a little something right here.
Hey, can I play? I want to
Damn, our boy was a YouTube star. But these days, he's on a whole new level. In fact, for number 19, I bet you didn't know that the most expensive basketball card in the world is of Steph Curry. This is Steph's rookie logo man, and with only one of these cards in existence, in 2021, it was sold for a ridiculous $5.9 million, the most a basketball card has ever sold for. But hey man, Steph Curry is worth it. Cause for number 18, you probably didn't know that Steph is so good at basketball that he literally broke NBA 2K. See, in 2015, Steph was shooting an insane 45% from 3. So when developers put him in 2K16, his in-game character was hitting half-court bombs like it was nothing, making gamers around the world freak out.
From deep three-point range.
Man, this game's broken! This game's broken! It's broken!
Now, Steph may have been terrorizing 2K, but he's done some people even worse. Cause for number 17, there's no way you knew that Steph cost Under Armour hundreds of millions of dollars. In 2016, Steph was hyping up his latest signature sneaker, the Curry 3s, thinking they'd be the hottest shoe the game's ever seen. But when fans got their first look, they hated them, calling the shoes ugly, overpriced, and overrated. And when the Curry 3s finally dropped, the CEO of Foot Locker admitted that the shoes were selling terribly.
The Foot Locker CEO, Dick Johnson, said Friday, it's softer than expected, and that sent the shares tumbling. Under Armour lost about $600 million in market value.
Yeah, they lost $600 million. That is just crazy. So what's even crazier is number 16, cause you may not have known that Steph has the weirdest training routine in NBA history. See, back in 2012, Steph wanted to take his game to another level, so he adopted an experimental training routine that is just weird. From wearing strobe light goggles to jumping in sensory deprivation tanks, Steph was looking like a damn science experiment, but it worked. Cause he became
throwing the book at that man, just like LeBron. The trying to be the peak physical specimen. It's a funny sight to see. It's god damn. It's interesting to watch. I would love to have taken part in some shit like that, like played professional sports and shit. I was pretty good when I was pretty fucking good when I was playing. Yeah.
Became quicker and more accurate on the court, averaging 8 more points per game the very next season. Man, when it comes to being the best, this man Steph will stop at nothing. But believe it or not, for number 15, there's one thing that Steph's even better at than basketball: singing.
James, I noticed that you think you can sing, but this is the remix with Stephen Curry.
That shit's beautiful, man. But I can't say the same for number 14, because you probably never knew that Steph Curry almost
These
died.
fucking reactions are bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to learn how to fucking finesse a little fucking editing, like video editing, like getting more animated with my shit and like putting GIFs and nice little shit in my videos. I'm working on it.
See, in 2018, Steph was behind the wheel of his Porsche Panamera, cruising down Highway 24 in Oakland, when, all of a sudden, a silver Lexus cut in front and ran him off the freeway. In the blink of an eye, Steph's car was totaled, leaving him stranded on the side of the highway. But luckily, everyone walked away from the scene with no injuries, and Steph was just grateful to be alive. Man, something like that will really make you appreciate life. And that's exactly why in number
somebody had to be like, oh, that's Steph, and try to pull up and see him in the fucking car, but the windows are tinted, and you have to get a little bit closer to see, and you see it. Hold on, go back.
Steph was just great on the side of the highway. See, in 2018, Steph was behind the wheel of his Porsche Panamera, cruising down Highway 24 in Oakland, when, all of a sudden, a silver Lexus cut in front and ran him off the freeway. In the blink of an eye, Steph's car was totaled, leaving him stranded on the side of the highway. 'Cause Steph was cruising down Highway 24 in Oakland. When all of a sudden, a silver Lexus
cut across the true lane.
Front.
What kind of shit
and
is that?
Ran him off the freeway. In the blink of an eye, Steph's car was totaled, leaving him stranded on the side of the highway. But luckily, everyone walked away from the scene with no injuries, and Steph was just grateful to be alive. Man, something like that will really make you appreciate life. And that's exactly why in number 13, Steph is spending millions of dollars saving an entire city. See, in 2019, Steph launched the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation, a charity that is giving back to the kids of Golden State.
Okay, but what is... I got a question about Dr. Umar. Like, why isn't he being helped like that? I mean, give the man like $100K, but what it like anonymously? I don't understand why he hasn't gotten more money from more people for that FDMG Academy. I think it's a real good look for people. He is a great guy. He has like 1 million hours of shit on YouTube. Go look him up, Dr. Umar Johnson. Anyway.
And from donating 100,000 books to serving 16 million meals, Eat, Learn, Play is changing lives. And in just a couple of years, Steph's charity has already raised over $15 million, all for the kids of Oakland. Damn, Steph stays giving back. Now for number 12, you probably knew that Steph broke the record for the most threes of all time. But what you didn't know is that he turned the shoes he wore that night into his very own NFT, the Curry Genesis Flows. And at $333 each, these NFTs sold out, raising over $1 million, all for charity. Man, this dude's stuff is full of surprises. In fact, for number 11, I bet you didn't know that 5-year-old Steph was in a Burger King commercial.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah,
How'd you get to be so big?
I guess I just grew that way.
What's it take to be a great basketball player like you?
Well, you really gotta want it. You gotta taste it. You gotta be able to smell it. I mean, you really gotta be hungry for it.
Dad, can we go to Burger King? I am really hungry.
From Burger King to 3-Point King. Man. But alright, dog, we're entering the top 10. So, things are about to get even crazier. Because I bet you didn't know that Steph Curry, the greatest shooter in NBA history, might go blind.
In the playoffs.
For the first 10.
Or like for a season, he was shooting 45%. What was that, 2018? What did he say? I forgot.
10 years of his career, everything seemed fine. Steph was hitting threes, making passes, and becoming a GOAT. But in 2019, he discovered something horrifying.
Curry has a genetic disease called keratoconus. About 1 in 2,000 people suffer from it.
The reason I found out I couldn't see very well is because our GM, Bob Myers, saw me on TV one time just squinting, looking at the scoreboard, and he came up and asked me, he's like, can you actually see? And I was like, no, I just see the color orange really well.
This disease, it makes your vision worse and worse, has no cure, and if left untreated, can leave you blind. So the only thing Steph could do was get contacts, and hope his eyesight doesn't get any worse. But hey, at least he's got people he can lean on, like in number 9, because I don't think you knew that Steph's biggest fan is LeBron James. See, back in 2008, LeBron was watching Steph ball out in the NCAA tournament, and he was so impressed that after the game, he introduced himself and gave Steph the gift of a lifetime.
I don't know how people knew this. He gave me a jersey when I was in high school. Or sorry, when I was in college at Davidson, and I still have it on the wall at my parents' house back in Charlotte.
Wow.
And he wrote it like to the king of basketball in North Carolina and signed it and all that.
Man, it's great to see Steph get the love that he deserves. Because the guy has done a lot for his community. In fact, for number 8, I bet you had no idea that Steph is the first NBA player to design shoes for girls. See, back in 2018, Steph got a letter in the mail that broke his heart. It was a 9-year-old fan, upset that his latest signature shoe wasn't made in girl sizes. And when Steph read that, he knew he had to make things right. So he got in touch with the girl's family, teamed up with Under Armour to design her very own signature shoe.
It's 2 girls playing basketball and then encouraging words behind it.
You sparked a nice big movement for sure, and you get to represent.
He said, how did he get connected with
encouraging
the girl's family that broke his heart. It was has done a lot for his community. In fact, for number 8, I bet you had no idea that Steph is the first NBA player to design shoes for girls. See, back in 2018, Steph got a letter in the mail that broke his heart. It was a 9-year-old fan, upset that his latest signature shoe wasn't made in girls.
Is his like mailing address one of them maybe a P.O. box? Is that like online? I should look it up. But I'm wondering like how he got connected with this white girl. And who is she? This man, I'm pretty sure he's black, right? He just real light. He should do stuff for like, I want to see him doing stuff for dark-skinned people. I mean, I'm sure there's dark-skinned people like at his camp and shit. But I'm biased. You'll learn that about me. I'm biased. Because I am dark-skinned, if you can't tell.
Girl sizes. And when Steph read that, he knew he had to make things right. So he got in touch with the girl's family, teamed up with Under Armour to design her very own signature shoe.
It's 2 girls playing basketball and then encouraging words behind it.
You sparked a nice big movement for sure, and you get to represent.
I mean, it's cute.
That's it.
Look at Curry, man, out here grabbing
It's
W's.
cute, I guess.
But number 7 was a massive L, because there's no way you knew that. Steph got banned from buying his own sports team. In 2018, Steph saw that his favorite NFL team, the Carolina Panthers, were up for sale. So he started making some calls and reaching out to investors. Until eventually, he teamed up with Diddy and NBA owner Michael Rubin to put together an offer to buy the Panthers for $2 billion. And with a number like that, it seemed like the deal was done. But at the very last second, the deal was shut down by none other than the NBA. Because apparently, they thought an active player buying a team with an NBA owner was a conflict of interest. So with that, the team was sold to none other than the NBA.
Check out Nosferatu. fucking whatever his name is. Nosferatu, nigga.
Because apparently, they thought an active player buying a team with an NBA owner was a conflict of interest. So with that, the team was sold to another group, leaving Steph's dreams crushed. Now, for number 6, I bet you didn't know that Steph designed one of the ugliest cars in the world. Yeah. In 2019, the people at Infiniti hired Steph to shoot a car commercial. And the idea behind the ad was that Steph would design the ugliest car he could think of just to prank his friend.
You know, my relationship obviously with Infiniti goes back a couple years now, and they gave me the opportunity to put my fingerprint on the concept car. So,
let's see what you're talking about.
Here we go.
Like a tuk-tuk.
This joint right here.
Yo, some
all-white tuk-tuk.
This the future for real.
Now look, clearly, Steph's a creative, but you definitely didn't know about his latest project. Cause for number 5, Steph is creating his very own cartoon. Yeah, you might have seen Steph appear in an episode of Family Guy, but what you probably missed is that in 2020, Steph announced he was teaming up with Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane to reboot the classic 70s sitcom, Good Times.
Seth MacFarlane, Steph Curry, Good Times reboot? Huh? I asked myself the same questions, but we doing it. We wanted to bring the Good Times show back and bring some of the hilarity, some of the good conversations, and animate it. So who better to work with than Seth MacFarlane?
And there's no official release date yet, but it's been in production for a couple of years. So hopefully it comes out pretty soon. But in the meantime, we gotta talk about number 4. See, there's one sport that Steph loves a little too much. Golf.
The game of golf just gets under my skin. Like, no matter how well you played, you always feel like you can play better. Very similar to basketball, so. If I'm on the bench, dead ball or something, a swing tip might pop up in my head. It's not good.
A swing tip.
I'm haunted by it.
Keep it steady.
That's what my wife says, I'm haunted.
You know,
Keep
I'm
it steady.
starting to think Steph's got problems. But anyways, we're entering the top 3. So, you're about to see a whole new side of Steph you've never seen before. Cause I bet you didn't know about the time that Steph sparked a worldwide controversy. See, back in 2018, Steph was on an episode of Winging It with Vince Carter and some friends. And it was here that, out of nowhere, Steph dropped a bombshell.
This is what freedom sounds like. And this is what freedom smells like.
It's liberty, not
Enjoy
freedom.
30 days of open road freshness. Febreze Car.
This is the Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar. The bar and the handle removes unseen dirt.
Fucking unskippable ads.
Nope. They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. I'm conspiracy. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy. They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Yeah, Steph said we've never been to the moon, sending the internet into a frenzy.
Was Steph Curry joking when he said he doesn't believe Americans landed on the moon?
I don't think this is funny, actually. Like, we can laugh at it, but I don't think it's funny.
It happened. The moon landing happened.
And when the people over in NASA heard, well, they were pissed. So they called up Steph and had a little conversation.
It's been one of those kind of situations where I've had President Obama reach out. I've had yourself, one other astronaut that really wanted to educate me on how significant, the moon landing was. Obviously, it was real.
But Steph didn't stop there, because shortly after, he put his money where his mouth was, teaming up with Under Armour to
That's
create
what freedom
custom.
looks like. That's freedom looks like a black man on national TV taking something back and being accepted about it.
Moon landing shoes, with all the proceeds going to support science education. Yeah, Steph might have screwed up, but he clearly has a heart of gold. That's why for number 2, you might not have known that Steph became best friends with Obama. And it started in 2015 when Steph met Obama at a White House charity event. And from the jump, the two hit it off. So much that over the next few years, they became best friends. From doing commercials, giving speeches, hell, even golfing together. And these days, Steph and Obama are like brothers. In fact, in 2022, right after Steph won his 4th ring, the very first person to call him up was none other than Obama.
Oh, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that on TV. Oh, man.
Man, this dude Steph has got it all, and he's done all kinds of incredible things. But what if I told you that?
I got some controversial things to say about Barack Obama, man. It depends on how it depends on how you look at it. But the way I look at it, Barack Obama could have did way more for black people. As the president of the United States, he could have did something specifically for black people, like increasing jobs somehow. That's his job to figure it out. But he had Joe Biden as a fucking vice president, and people still trusted that man. And now look, and then after that, then 81 million people vote for Biden and to be president. and now his old ass, just I said it before, and I said it before in the video. I think younger people should be in these positions of power from like 35 to 65. Because at 65, that's the cutoff. You're a senior citizen at that point. You shouldn't be that old running a country. Your ideas are not good enough. Obama was young, like in the 35 to 55 range. We'll talk about it. For now.
All of these moments should have never happened. Because the number one thing you didn't know about Steph Curry is that the Golden State Warriors almost traded him. See, early in his career, Steph was showing a lot of potential. Winning Rookie of the Month 3 times, making the All-Rookie First Team. Hell, he even won the Sportsmanship Award. But in 2012, things took a turn for the worse. Because Steph was constantly getting hurt, needing 2 ankle surgeries, and missing over half of his 3rd season. So, the executives at Golden State started wondering, is Steph Curry really that guy? And when they got a call from the Bucks asking to trade for Steph Curry, they had their finger on the trigger, ready to get rid of him if the price was right. But at the very last second, one man stepped in to save the day, Steph's coach, Mark Jackson.
So Coach Jackson pulled me out at the locker room. He's like, yo, I just had to let you know, like, they wanted you in the trade. But he's like, I kind of stepped in too and said, I'm going to give you the keys. I felt like I really believe in you. We just got to get you healthy. And that's what the rest of the season going to be about. So, his line, don't make me a liar. Don't make me a liar. And so that was when it was like the trade happened, and like, oh, by the way, that could have been you type vibe all at the same time. Crazy day. I'll never forget that moment.
For Steph, this was the day that changed everything, because instead of trading him, the Warriors gave Steph his biggest contract yet, worth $44 million. So, with the support of the franchise behind him, Steph put the entire NBA on notice. And over the next few years, he turned the Warriors franchise into a dynasty, winning 4 rings. And he's not done yet. Just imagine if Steph played for the Bucks instead of the Warriors. That's crazy. But to be honest, we've seen some moments that aren't just crazy, they're flat out nuts. Like one time, Shaq almost killed someone, and another, LeBron, caused an entire riot. Yeah, and if all that sounds crazy, then you need to click on this video right here, because these are the 20 craziest moments in NBA history. So what are you doing, man? This video's over.
We already watched that one. This video is over. That was 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry. I like Steph Curry. 3-point champion. Fucking incredible jump shot. And he plays hard. He plays fast. And good. Like, he's fucking really good, man. So shout out to Steph Curry. I'm about to get out of here. Probably go to sleep. It is 8:05. I'm not going to sleep at 8 o'clock. Trust me. I thought it was like 10. But yeah, man, I'm gonna probably edit this video. I should start doing that now. Because I just said I would. Alright, I'm signing off.